Sarah Fisher and Alex Lloyd.
There's Dixon closing in on him, taking that.
Whoa, I was just going to say that as soon as Sarah Fisher got a little bit outside into the gray, you could just see her had to come right out of the throttle.
That was a situation in which she was trying her best to get out of the way and got out of the groove and into the wall.
I thought she'd got out of it enough. It almost like she got in the gray and it looked like the whole thing was going to make it fine. And then once you get up, you can see all these little bits of rubber there. And that is very, very slick.
But, too, sometimes just when you get up there and you dump the throttle, you think it would make it turn.
You know what Graham Rahal's thinking right now? Oh, I missed it by 2 laps.
Yeah, right.
Just pitted. He and Hideki Muto just hit pit lane.
I hadn't thought about that, Jan.
Sorry,
you're right. But they pushed that window as much as they could. It was lap 9. I mean,
you got to do it.
They went further than what we thought Jack Arute said they would at about 86, 87 earlier. So
Sarah Fisher's only race here was in 2007. She went from 18th to 7th that year, but unfortunately she's in the wall, and here's a replay.
See, at this point she's way out of it, realizing that she got out of the groove, thought it was fine, but as the moment that you cross into the gray, Robbie, it was just like ice. Here she looks good.
You're okay. She's just in the high line right there. But then the car must have pushed. The car must have washed up. And then as soon as it gets just out of that black and you pick up any of those marbles, you could see that she was going to the brake pedal to try and stop it. But you literally are just, you're on ice.
Sarah walking away from the crash. As an owner-driver, she is, of course, unhappy that her car suffered damage, but we certainly are glad to see that Sarah is okay. And Lindy is with Sarah Fisher.
And this is Sarah's 80th start in the IZOD Indycar Series. Obviously not the way you wanted to finish. Did something go wrong with the car, or did you just get caught up in the marbles?
No, when you're running too wide here, there's just not a whole lot of room. So when there's a little bit of lack of grace there, there's nothing really you can do. I almost had it collected, but, the Dollar General car just couldn't run in the marbles today, so.
And you were here in 07, but this is the first year for Sarah Fisher racing your own team to be here. But you actually raced pretty close to here growing up.
I did. Knoxville Nationals is right around the corner, and it's their 50th anniversary. So it's an off weekend. Maybe I'll come back to it, but gotta love those sprint car short track nights.
And clearly you're okay, right?
Yeah, so, not such a good Father's Day. Sorry, Dad, but, hey, whatever. We had a pretty fast race car, and the boys worked really hard this weekend, so I'm real proud of their effort.
Well, thank you, Sarah. And speaking of Father's Day, on the Sarah Fisher racing team, you have Andy O'Gara and Johnny O'Gara. Andy is Sarah's husband there, and Johnny is the father-in-law of Sarah. He's the strategist.
It's a family affair, isn't it? There's some